All right, Joe, any questions about the banking information we just went over?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. The next portion we're moving into has to do with the protection that the vehicle comes with. Has your salesperson gone over the limited manufacturer's warranty with you?
Just a little bit. He said he'd go with, I can get that.
Well, what's your understanding of
Bumper, 3 years, 36.
it? Okay, so I'm glad you got a basic understanding of it. Part of my job is to make sure that you got a complete understanding. Joe, the last thing I want is to have it go into service, have something not covered, then they have you come kick in my door mad at me. All right? So, do you mind if I share some information with you?
Sure.
Okay. This is the most important book that you're going to find in your owner's manual. Okay? This is on the 2012 Camry, and it includes not only the warranty information, but the maintenance information also. That's why this is so important. Now, were you aware that you had multiple coverages?
Yeah, the powertrain's a little longer.
Yeah, and there's actually a couple more. The basic limited warranty is for 3 years, 36. The powertrain is for 5 years, 60. Restraint, which has to do with safety airbags, things of that nature, is 5 years, 60. And then the perforation, as far as corrosion, is from the inside out, not the outside in. That's unlimited miles over the next 5 years. And then here's your federal emissions control. We're not California, so this is an area of that. Now, real quick, let's take a look at what this limited, because that's where it comes in. If we flip the page over here, okay, here's the two main types of warranties, your basic warranty and your powertrain. Now, Joe, the first one here is the basic. This warranty covers repairs and adjustments needed to correct defects in material or workmanship. So, what's the key word there?
Defect?
Absolutely. What a defect is anything misbuilt, misassembled, or misdesigned. They're going to pay 100% of all parts and labor. That's the only obligation they're going to have to you. Now, they do a little bit different at Toyota. They've added in a 12-month, 20,000 miles for wheel balancing and wheel alignment. Okay? They want to make sure that it runs well and smooth as the car's settling in. All right? Now, the next one is the powertrain. Have you ever known anyone who had coverage and it never covered anything?
Well, I had a friend and he got an aftermarket manufacturer.
Yeah. Well, that's because there's two different types of warranties. You have one called stated and one called exclusionary. And the manufacturer has both. The stated one is like the powertrain. That's basically what they would have gotten. They give you a list. If it's on the list, it's covered. And if it's not on the list,
It's not good.
exactly, it's not covered. Then you have the exclusionary coverage. That is the exact opposite. There's more than 15,000 parts and computers that are in these vehicles. And with that, I mean nuts, bolts, all that stuff, they give you a small list of what is not covered because everything else is. So their obligation is to defects in both. Now, with this being stated on the powertrain, there's that word again, to correct defects in material workmanship. If something goes wrong, it's the engine, transmission, front wheel, rear wheel. In this case, it would be front wheel. As long as it's listed here, it's covered. If it's not listed there, it's not covered. Now, if an outside component causes a component to actually break, this will not be covered. But if a covered component causes a non-covered component to break, then that would be covered. Majority of the time, this is internal lubricant parts, and it's normally something on the outside of the engine that causes something on the inside to break. In other words, things that are attached to the engine, like a radiator, are not part of this. So we just need you to be aware. Is there any questions about these two coverages? All right, so let's take a look at what you have to be aware of. Over here of what's not covered, the first thing you're going to see is fire, accident, and theft. if your car is ever a total loss and there's a loan deficiency between you and the bank, that's between you and your insurance company. All they're going to do, it's not going to be covered. Down here, any type of, as far as misuse, overloading, not going to be covered. Alterations, not going to be covered. I'm going to take a moment to spend this in proper repairs. Right? Joe, there is a difference between a certified technician and a Toyota certified technician. Okay, the manufacturer spends just thousands upon thousands upon thousands designing these cars. And the mechanical engineers that are designing them, they're also designing the repair books and how to do that. They go out and then they train them. Well, they got specialized tools and computers and updates that constantly come out just to be able to work on your car. If someone works on your car and they don't have the right updates or the right tools to actually work in your car, the right program because of the computers that are in there, it would be deemed an improper repair, and then that would fall into your responsibility. Okay? If we move down, this next one I'm going to spend a little bit of time on. This says improper repair or maintenance. Most of the time, people used to, I'm going to use the word used to, they used to go to Jiffy Lubes, things of that nature. You see them all over because there was kind of a time they want to get in and out real quick. Well, if they make a mistake and causes that engine to go out, a simple oil change becomes the most expensive repair you'll ever go through, because it would be deemed improper maintenance and would be under your responsibility. We see this happen because of that, so our recommendation is to always come in. We do have a quick service lube over here for your time, but you got Toyota certified people with the genuine Toyota parts, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about, that are going into your car, so the room for error is what? Pretty small, because if we make a mistake, what do we have to do?
I'm going to pay.
No, we're going to have to fix it because you're getting it done here. Absolutely. Improper as far as genuine Toyota parts, huge recommendation because of the design of them. They're specifically designed for your car. And then you have airborne chemicals, right? Remember, perforations from the inside out, not the outside in. So airborne chemicals, tree sap, debris, dust, any of this stuff gets into the paint, would not be covered, right? Down here it says tires. I'm going to flip real quick over here, page 28. Your tires are covered by the manufacturer of the tires, not the manufacturer of the car. So they do cover against any defects of the tire. What they don't cover is any type of debris in the road, road hazard, things of that nature. Okay? Now, coming back here, here's an important part that I call human error, or the human factor. Normal wear and tear. Joe, there's three things that cause normal wear and tear. Your driving habits, Mother Nature, and road conditions. Which one do you have control over? Driving habits, really, right? Because you can control that. You can't control if you're on a bad road, and you can't control Mother Nature. So, normal wear and tear, this is how the whole process works. You bring your car into service. They put it in the computer. Either the computer is going to say, go ahead and fix it, or you're going to get a phone call or an email that says, ask this, check this, do this, and someone not associated with our dealership is going to say whether it's covered or not. That is not our call. It's someone else. They call it warranty administrators. So there is room for error here. We just need you to be aware of that risk. Any questions about what I covered here? All right, great. Let me go ahead and move this over for a second. I do have a concern. Do you mind if I share it with you?
Sure.
All right. Earlier when we were talking, you said you drove approximately how many miles a year again?
15, 16.
Yeah, 15, 16. So we'll just, look at the average of 15 here. Right now we have a 3-year or 36,000 mile coverage, correct? The main word here is or. If this is now, and we come over here and this is the end of the term, you got 3 years approximately right here. Now 15 plus 15, 30. So a little bit over 2 years, you're going to be out of coverage. Now the good news is between now and then, you're 100% risk-free, okay, against what?
Force of labor.
Close. Against any type of defects in material and workmanship. They will pay 100% of all parts and labor. Where the concern comes in, Joe, is between that time and the end of the term. Who's going to be 100% risk responsible? And wouldn't it be nice to make most of that risk go away for the entire term? Let me share with you how we do that. Cut.